Hey, welcome to our Men Talking Mindfulness recap ASAP. We just finished a fantastic episode with Gould and Juliana Mercer talking about psychedelic therapies. John, what is something you learned and how'd you feel about it?
Well, man, I feel exhausted, actually. I mean, it was a fantastic episode, just so much information, so much gold information, and no play on Jesse's last name there. But yeah, it's gold nuggets throughout the episode on, psychedelics themselves, the different types, the different relationships that you can have with the different psychedelics, the set and setting. And Juliana had an absolute bomb in the show, talking about how we're very good about one-upping each other in conversations, but when we talk to ourselves, we're very good about one-downing ourselves and creating this downward spiral, and what psychedelics can do to help get out of that downward spiral. I also learned that psychedelics are not for everyone. They're not for everyone, and there's certain conditions when they're not appropriate, and then also some groundwork that you need to lay on, to before you go into a psychedelic therapy retreat. And hey, here we are, Men Talking Mindfulness, raw, uncut, and unapologetic with that siren in the background. That is straight up New York City as much as it gets, right?
Absolutely. And, so this is a great episode for anybody that just wants to, that have been like kind of looking at why do I keep hearing about psychedelics? This is a great way to kind of get in the know a little bit more. We also talked about the mental and the emotional and some of the obstacles that you might experience when first going on that journey with psychedelics. Also, the difference between ayahuasca, ibogaine, psilocybin, and how they each work differently with the self, with the mind, with your emotions, but also, where you are as a person, whether you're suffering with depression or suffering with PTSD or just suffering or just looking for answers in a new way. I thought it was very interesting to hear Juliana talk about downloads, and how that download is really about you connecting with more of your intuitive self, which is connected to your higher purpose, which is connected to nature and connected to the universe, and how there's so much wisdom in those downloads, and how these psychedelics begin to dissolve what we see as our perception of reality and begins to show us that we're so much more than how we've been filtering the world for most of our lives. So a really powerful episode, and they're just such great speakers. They're so passionate about their work. They're bringing all sorts of these healing modalities to veterans. And they talked about the 22. There's 22 veterans die of suicide every day, and that's what really brought them onto this path. And so it's really wonderful, John. And anybody that's out there that's watching this recap ASAP and they're going to listen to the episode, like, please share this. Like, I feel our world has suffered enough. And using psychedelics. And thankfully, we even talked about the decriminalization of psychedelics and how that's happening, why that's happening, because I think we're starting to chart our way into a new path of how to be as human beings and how to be collectively more effective human beings. So thanks, John. This is a really wonderful episode. And thanks for Juliana and Jesse for giving their time today and sharing their heart and their voice and their experiences with psychedelics.
Absolutely. Great show and great guests. And Will, thanks as always. Thanks for the episode, and thanks for this time for the recap ASAP and for the preview for those who are listening in podcast form. So have a great day. And that's a wrap. Peace.
Thanks, brother. Peace.